Hi everyone, welcome to Hauler Time. My name is Amy and today I have got a junk journaling video for you, for those of you that are following along with me for my junk journal journey. So stay tuned. Alright, so it's been a little while since I've talked to junk journaling outside of Temu. And so I feel like I've got something weird on my glasses. Hang on. I do. I don't know what that is. Sorry about that. So I have earlier this evening, I recorded a Temu video, which will air tomorrow. And I thought I would come to you tonight, for those of you that enjoy junk journaling and are following that, and show you some stuff that I've gotten lately. I know I said I wasn't going to get anything more, and I'm a big fat liar, so there's that. But this is my birthday month, so I'm just going to use that as an excuse, right? So I have gotten some things in from Amazon that I wanted to show you, and then I wanted to show you some of the work that I've done with junk journaling so far. It's not a lot, but I just figured I'd show you. So the first thing I want to talk about is paper. So I was searching around because, you know, I've talked about the fact that I've bought printables online to use for some of my junk journaling, and I was really curious as to what kind of paper is best to print that on. And so I did some research and I found, and actually, where's my notebook? Might as well just tell you what I found, because I have my last little tab in here is for junk journaling and for things I learn. So I've been learning on, you know, how to create a signature and what kind of variety of papers should go in a signature, that kind of thing. But then anyway, talking about paper, so there's copier paper, you know, the normal standard 20-pound paper is what goes in there normally. And so I was trying to figure out, is it okay to use that? And a lot of people say that color printing bleeds through a little bit on that pound of paper. I'm not sure that that's really true, because I've printed things for work before and they didn't bleed through, but that's a little bit different than printing full-on designs, right? So what I found was that the normal copy paper is best used if you're going to make it like a tea stained paper or a coffee stained paper, because that gives it a little more bulk to it, and probably because it's not flat anymore. And so that's a good weight of paper to use for making your tea stain paper. And then there's 28-pound to 32-pound. I got 28-pound, and I got this one. Ooh. So I got this from Amazon, premium inkjet and laser paper, and you can see somewhere down here 28 pounds in one of those yellow boxes. So this is good for, it's a little bit thicker than copier paper, obviously, because it's heavier, and this is a good one to use for basic print jobs that you want to use color, and it shouldn't bleed through or become too saturated, so that you could print on both sides if you needed to. And this would be more for background pages, not ephemera. So like if you were going to print off a page like this, for example, because it's got these ephemera pieces, you probably wouldn't want to use the 28-pound paper for it, because they would be flimsy and it would probably get torn a little bit easier, if that makes sense. So it's more for if you're going to do a background page, or if you buy printables that come with journal pages, full size journal pages, it's good for that. So then there's 65-pound paper, which that's what I used for these. So that's a really good cardstock quality paper. And I think I did show this one on here before because it's Nina, and I remember saying that anytime you can get Nina, that's a good deal. So it's a thicker cardstock, so therefore when you are cutting out some of those smaller pieces or making pockets, full envelopes, that kind of thing, it's better, it's sturdier, and it'll hold up. Because a lot of these ephemera pieces people will be taking in and out of their journal, and you know, the more you do that, the more it wears down. So that's just a healthier paper to use for that. And then there's also 110-pound paper, which I do have some of, but I can't get to it. And I usually get it at Walmart because Walmart has a pack of 110-pound paper for pretty cheap. And when I say pretty cheap, I mean it's like less than $10, I think. These other two papers were definitely more expensive. And I'll link all these things below just in case you're interested. They will be affiliated links, which means it won't cost you any more money, but if you happen to use my link, I'll get a small commission that I can then turn around and put back into buying content for the channel. But they recommended that if you get that 110-pound, to either get white or ivory. Now, if you get the ivory, you're definitely going to be more expensive because white is always going to be the cheapest option. But that would be also for ephemera. So more of these. But what I'm finding is that the 65-pound, this is a good weight if you know you're going to be folding things. So like some of these designs on here, let me see if I can, well, here's one. Some of these designs I'll have to be folding along this line, and folding is easier on 65-pound than 110-pound. So just something to keep in mind. But if you're making like these little things, 110 would be fine for that. But unfortunately, most of these sellers put other things on it besides just ephemera. I was trying to see if I could find a better example. I mean, this, you could make an argument that some of these would be better at a heavier stock than others, but so these pages that I've printed are from Pink Monarch Prints Super Simples Christmas from last year. My guess is they'll do another one this year, but I don't know. So I bought last year's because they had all 10 of them for sale for $17.88 or something like that. So I'm using those to make my niece's junk journal for Christmas. And I'm finding, I decided to just print all the pages on 65-pound paper just to make sure it's sturdy. But the argument for using, this is more than you wanted to know about paper, isn't it? But the argument for using the 28-pound paper is it's cheaper. You'd get more pages for in your bundle that you buy. So there's your lesson on paper if you were wanting to know that kind of thing. So then I got I don't think I showed this on here yet, but if I did, I apologize. So I got Aleene's Tacky Glue. This is very popular in the junk journaling world. And yeah, so this is very popular with crafters. And it's a pretty good size bottle, 8 ounces. And I did already use it. I did have to cut this cap off. Oh, I forgot to bring the brush. I need to get the brush. But I cut this off And you could cut it down farther if you wanted a bigger hole. And then this would probably work really well with those glue stoppers that I am going to show you on the Temu haul tomorrow. Where did I put those? So you'll see these on tomorrow's Temu haul, but let me just get one of these out. The idea with these is that you use these to plug the stopper or your glue tip, so that it will not clog. So then you just kind of leave this in there. Now this one, the hole is bigger, so this may not work on this. I don't know. But yeah, so I probably won't leave that on there because that does not seem like that will fit very well. But it does come with other like nozzles. So my guess is I could do something with that and put this on there and then use this. So we'll see. But yeah, surprise, this is coming tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna leave that set out because now it's got glue on it, of course. All right, and then I got a 6-pack of double-sided tape, and you can see they're all different sizes or widths. So I also like to work with double-sided tape when I'm connecting paper craft, sometimes more than glue, although it's less forgiving because once you stick it down with double-sided tape, you can't move it really without wrecking your whatever you're working on. But I really like it because it makes the corners stick. Or if you're trying to make an envelope or a pocket, you don't have to worry about the glue kind of sludging out of its place and leaving you less room to stick stuff in the pocket kind of thing. So this has all different sizes so that, you know, whatever the need is, I should be able to meet it. Because I usually get my double-sided tape from Dollar Tree, but they only have one width at mine. So I got this to get more. I'm going to show these later. All right, so I'm assuming this is, oops. Not paying attention, not good. It's kind of sad, you know, when you think about it, that people have to be worried about showing their address, but obviously people have had bad experiences, and I don't want to be another one that has a bad experience. All right, so these are Tim Holtz brads, mini brads. So I had gotten some brads from Amazon before, but they were kind of too big. So, and I got these for folios because a lot of times you'll attach paper buttons for closures and you need a brad, or if you just want to have a cool brad on a piece of ephemera. But these are nice and a lot smaller, so these will work a lot better. And there are 99 in here, so there's 33 of each color. So there's silver, brass, and bronze in this set from Tim Holtz. All right, let's see what's in here. But yeah, I have a lot of people that watch the Temu. Probably people of all my videos, the Temu ones get watched the most. And there are definitely some of my viewers that don't really care for junk journaling or think it's, you know, boring, or would rather see somebody actually make a junk journal instead of just showing all the supplies for one kind of thing. So I understand that, you know, it's a hobby, and people have different kinds of hobbies. So I appreciate if you're watching this, it's because you really do like junk journaling. And won't just be bored. Well, you might be bored out of your mind or you might just be using this video to help go to sleep at night, which is totally fine. I totally understand that. But nonetheless, I appreciate you being here. All right, so then I ordered some vellum paper because you can stick this through the printer too. And so some of these designs that I'm printing, I could just as easily print on vellum paper, which I thought would be kind of cool. So, and it says no bleed through, smooth surface, and I'm sure most people probably get these for like wedding invitations, that kind of thing, but why not add some flair to your junk journals? So 110 sheets in this pack. And then the other favorite crafting glue out there is art glitter glue. So I bought this set, which came with a 2-ounce bottle and a 8-ounce refill bottle. Ugh. So you got this, and I think well, let me check. I was going to say, I think you cut off the tip for this too, but that may not be true. Oh, no. So you take the lid off. It's got a tip, but then it's also going to come with a metal tip that's even more fine point, and that's what I like about this one compared to this, is that if you don't want to use the double-sided tape like on your edges, you can make really fine edges with this. Alright, so this kit, because I bought it as a kit, came with the refill, and then it also comes with the metal tip and the thing to go in it to keep it from clogging. So let's just see. So now I've got this glue, the crafting glue, and that E7000 or whatever it is. So I should be set with glue. Although if somebody else comes out and says that their glue is the best, I might have to try it. All right. So this one is a super fine tip, which is the reason why I will be using this. So you take that off, and I think you can just, yeah, you just put this on top, and then they give you a stainless steel, and it's important that this is stainless steel pin because there's some pins out there that aren't. If it's not stainless steel, it will rust when it's in here, and then it will not do its job. So you keep it like this, and some people add like beads and stuff to make this more significant and probably less easy to lose. So, yep. So there's that. So like I said, I should be set on glue. And then I have, from my card making days, I have a score buddy. So I thought, oh, I'm set with using a score buddy because I've got this. Well, this is 6 by 6 or 7, and lo and behold, some of my printables that I bought don't fit on this to score. So and You don't even need a scoreboard. You can use a ruler and a scoring tool from Dollar Tree, which, do I have one of those? Well, here's one from Cricut. It's just kind of a rounded point. But I don't see one of the Dollar Tree ones over there. So that's really all you'd need is a ruler and one of those, but I don't do anything easy, right? So I got a 12 by 12. So now I can't imagine I would have paper bigger than a 12 by 12 that I was trying to score in some way. So, and I like this brand, so I got it again. I had thought about trying to get Martha Stewart's, because when I watch Victoria Designs, her YouTube channel, she's got one of Martha Stewart's, and it has like a flip up spot up here to keep her little tools, which I thought was cool. But Amazon didn't have it, or it was sold out, or it was one of those things that you could only buy like secondhand or something. So I went with this one because I mean, at least it's got a spot to keep the scoring tool. All right, so this, my husband got me this today. He went to the library and this was on there for sale shelf for 25 cents. It cracks me up, the things that people have books about, but okay, so we got a book about the card catalog, but this has a ton of great ephemera in it. So, I mean, I could take this out of the plastic and use it. But then look at this. It's got card catalog cards. It's got the book that it's from. Those could be cut out. Now, of course, these are all front to back. So I'll need to decide which one I want original from the book and which one I want scanned, because I'll scan these. Because some of these may be books that I like better than others. But, I mean, it's got this really cool, you know, handwritten on some of them. Just different pages that you could cut out for, I mean, cool pictures. And they're great sizes for ephemera too. So I love this. This is probably, next to the music books I've gotten, this is probably my favorite book that we've gotten for doing junk journaling. Aw. I love it when there's like classics too. I mean, maybe a lot of these are classics and I'm just not well read enough to know, but yeah, so The Joy of Cooking. So I thought that was a pretty cool surprise for my husband. All right, so then over the weekend, I was feeling like, okay, I need to stop just accumulating supplies. I need to actually make or start making a journal for myself, or it'll be for me because it's going to be my concept journal where I'm going to try things out, see how big they are so that I know what kind of a journal they'll really fit in. So I made this over the weekend. Now I found a YouTube video that showed how to make a spineless, this one is spineless, junk journal, single signature, out of a hanging file folder and a manila file folder. And it's so cool the way this works, because now in my case I couldn't get, you're supposed to use the fold where the metal rod is in the hanging file folder, but the person that did this video, she had really old hanging file folders, so the glue really wasn't sticking anymore. They were sticking on mine, so it was like a mess. So I had to just take and use the pleated fold on the other side. But I'll link to that video below just so you can see how she put this together. And I'm learning, like, my dimensions are a little bit different than hers because I was wanting to have it work with letter size paper as my biggest paper. And so I was adding 1/4 of an inch onto that size for this inner page, and then another 1/4 of an inch for the cover. But then as I've learned, when you put your signature in, sometimes the ones in the middle fan out more, so I'll need to make my cover bigger. So that's why this is going to be kind of my concept journal. But anyway, the way this works, you get it together and then you just tie a string around. So it's a spineless one, and then you can take these pages in and out as you need to. So if you were going to, you know, if you wanted to do extra, or maybe it's easier to write if it's not in the book, you know, on your page, so you pull it out and you do whatever journaling you want to do, and then you stick it back in. And so excuse me, I thought I'd try that just because it's easy for a first one. So then what I did after I went and grabbed one of these, and had to look a little bit to find a manila one. And I went around these corners too, but I haven't done that yet. So then I printed out, hang on. So then I printed out some pages from Victoria Designs. I have her Forgotten Library small kit or whatever. So I printed out pages from it, and they all have you print a back to those, and so they all have a back that looks like this. So then I've got pages that I'll flip through this whole thing. I've got pages from her, and then here's some of my a piece of my tea-stained paper. And then this page is from that really old math arithmetic table book that I got at Half Price Books. I was able to kind of rip the seams out, or the sewn seams. I was able to rip those out and pull a whole signature out of that book so that I could get a whole page. I mean, not just this, but, you know, the other side too. So I was able to get those out of there. So I added that in. And so these kind of pages, you'd put ephemera on, or pockets or something, because you can't write on this like this. So you'd give them pockets, envelopes, that kind of thing, to put journal cards or something in there that they could write on. So it's not just a space filler. And then here's another one of the pages from the Victoria Designs, again from the Forgotten Library series, because I was just trying to get something that kind of matched the coloring of this. And then here's a tea-stained loose leaf piece of paper. So it's a little bit smaller because I cut off the 3 holes at the bottom. And then this is one of the pages out of one of the Dollar Tree books, because I was able to rip the seams out of that one too and pull out double pages from it. And then I just kind of inked the edges to make it look a little older. And then another piece from Victoria, another tea stain. And then then I just kind of went back and forth, because I'm trying to get a variety of page sizes and page types, right? So I can just flip through the rest of this. And colors. Trying to get different kind of coordinating colors. And so here's the middle again. And you can add more. The only restriction really you have is how far out you want it to go. So the more you add, the bigger your cover would need to be. So let me get back to center. Sorry. Like, I feel like you need to see every page in this, even though it's probably just the same old, same old. But I really like Victoria's designs. And so I just think it's cool. So it's super easy. And even if you didn't have printables, you might have scrapbook paper that would take the place of these. Or you wouldn't even need any. I mean, you could just have regular copy paper. I still haven't decided if it was worth taking the time to make this, but I do like it now that I see it in here. At least the ones that don't have the green on it. I'm not really sure about the ones that have the, because I had, like I said, loose leaf notebook paper that I tea-dyed at the same time, and the blue lines bled. And so did the red lines, but the red lines didn't make a big problem, but the blue lines made some things green, and I was just like, okay, that may be taking vintage a little bit too far. So like this one, you can see all the lines are completely gone from this particular page. So again, it's just same old, same old. I tried to not put any two pages that were the same together, and then you get to the end. And I obviously would put something on this to cover that. And these pages could be decorated just as easily, and the cover and stuff. But I finally got one put together, so now it'll be a matter of me adding in ephemera, pockets, folios, that kind of thing to learn. And then I can use that, like maybe my journaling in this will be size measurements of or something for each of the things I add in here. So yeah, so I got that done, so I'm kind of proud, even though it's not anything really yet. But because of the whole hanging file folder, manila folder, I was like, I wonder if I can find ivory hanging file folders, because I'd kind of rather work with ivory instead of, I mean, even though this is a really good vintagey kind of color, it's still green, and there may be things that I want to do that aren't green. So I was looking, and I found these, and I'm gonna take them out. There's only 6 in here, so, and I think the price was $7 or $8, so you know, it's $1 a piece. So, but it's my cover, so is that worth it? Maybe. I mean, not, I guess, if you're thinking you could just reuse a cereal box. That's obviously way cheaper, unless you don't like cereal. Oh, hang on. But I found this, and I thought it was pretty, and I thought it would go with some of my printables, because I could kind of make the argument that it's kind of steampunky, kind of, but it's a retro. So there's this green color, and it is white on the inside. But see, in the tutorial, she takes this out, or separates these, and then she uses this as her flap on the inside. But then she covers it so that you don't see these. So that's why I just ended up, the hanging files that, oh well, this one does too. You know how they have bends or fold lines in case you need to make it bigger. I just ended up folding on one of those. This one's only got 2. I think the ones that I had 4, which is how I got a wider band. But I could just use my scoring tool and add to that. So I thought that was really cute. So there's this color. And then this color. And they're all white on the inside. But this, you know, these all coordinate together. They're kind of a Victorian vintagey thing. And then this is the third color. And then I got lucky and found manila folders in the same set. So now I've got 6 of each kind, so I can mix and match. So in one I'll have like a red cover with a pink inside cover, and another one I can have a pink outside cover and a green inside. You know, I make them so they're all 3 different. So I thought that was pretty. That's really why I did it, because I think this is pretty. And it should be easy. So that gives me the covers for 6 journals, but I'm not going to cut them yet because, like I said, depending on how big you make them will determine what I think my end size needs to be. So the only other thing I was going to show you was a little bit more from the Christmas Super Simple sets from Pink Monarch Prints. I wanted to make sure I say that right. So I'll just do a little flip through. Like I said, I'm making this for my niece. I thought she's, how old did she just turn? This is bad, but I think she turned 11 maybe. To my niece, if you were ever for some reason watching this, I apologize that I don't remember which year you were born. But anyway, I thought that this Christmas theme would be, you know, it's kind of girly. So I thought she might, and I was really hoping that somehow these colors, I don't know, this green may be too green for this, but I was really hoping, so I may use the burgundy and the light pink for this, but just thought I'd show you a few more of these. And like I said, they're on Etsy. I'll link to her shop, but I'm really enjoying I'm really enjoying the talent that people out there have. And each of these sets, there are 2 YouTube videos that go with each one. One that's like a short overview, like 2-minute overview on what you get, excuse me, or what it's going to look like when it's done. And then there's an actual tutorial for how to put all these together. And then she also tells you how to take your final product and put it into a journal. So where you need to glue it down so it works right in the journal. But they're just so pretty. And they all coordinate. And they also have a set of 10 papers digital download that coordinates with all of these. So if, for example, I had wanted to print a color on the back so that I never had any white showing anywhere, you could get that pack and work with it. But it's just really, really cool. I mean, look at those. Those are so pretty. And so these, I bet you fold in half. You have they end up being like a ticket, and then you can write on the other side. A little tab things to go maybe on these to pull them out of a pocket. So I guess this is my little commercial for Pink Monarch Prints. I don't get anything for promoting this. I like when I see things that are really pretty, I like to share. Bingo, look at that. But again, this probably is outside of true junk journaling because this is not junk. So if you are a true authentic junk journaler, then you're finding stuff around the house. Like this is coming up in tomorrow's Temu haul, but I got another moissanite ring and I was like, oh, well, this envelope, I could use this envelope in a junk journal. So a true junk journaler, that's probably exactly what you're doing. So I'm like a snobby one. I don't know, what do you call someone that buys new stuff for junk journaling? Is there a thing for that? I don't know. So that is my junk journal journey for today. Say that 3 times fast. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy junk journaling, I would love if you gave me a thumbs up. I'm still looking for subscribers, so if you are not subscribed, hop on the wagon and come on a journey with us. But otherwise, wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.